Hi guys, once again Michiel from CoMoveIT with my awesome buddy Levi. If you've been watching the previous videos, you have seen that we've done the transfer. Levi's manual wheelchair has been pushed out of the way. What we'll do right now is talk a little bit more about how we perform the complete assessment. Yeah? So we have our own CoMoveIT Test protocol that we'll walk through, me and Levi. So I'll start explaining him how everything works. So the first thing I do when I communicate is get on eye level. Depends a little bit on how high his chair is. Levi has a very high chair, so I can more or less stay standing. That's okay for you? Yeah. And I'll start by asking him a couple of questions and explaining it a little bit. So, Levi, could you, I'll sit down. You'll see, I'll fixate his ankle and I'll ask him, because I want to try if he has any function in his feet. Could you push with your foot? Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Stop. Okay, push again. Stop. Good. So, fixate the ankle. Levi, can you push? Stop. Push. And stop. Okay. So what I felt now is that Levi can react to my commands very, very quickly. I ask him to push, he pushes. When I ask him to let go, he lets go. We'll do the same thing on the other foot. So you fixate his ankle and you ask him to push. Levi, can you do it? Very good. Stop. Push. Okay. And push again. And hold, and hold, and hold, and hold, and stop. Okay. Very good. So with Levi, I can feel that he has a lot of control. There's a little bit of a involuntary movement, so he pushes, let's go, pushes, let's go, but he keeps the pressure on there. But that's perfectly fine. Our algorithm will manage that, make sure that he drives in a very smooth way. What I always do as well when I'm trialing this is I look at the way his knees and his hips react to see whether or not that gives him a lot of extra tension. In Levi's case, that's not the case, so his feet are actually a very good way to control his wheelchair. Levi, which one was the easiest one for you? This one or that one? So Levi says his right foot was the best one, so what we'll do during the trial is we'll start by using your right foot to accelerate and stop. Is that okay? Good. To give you better control, what I will have to do is strap your feet. Okay? You are used to it, I know. For a lot of people, that's something new. So what we'll do is I'm going to ask my client, in this case Levi, of whom I know for whom it's fine, but I always ask, is it okay for you if I strap? So Levi, is it okay if I strap your feet? Okay, good. So I'll do both, because that way all your involuntary movements are better controlled. Yeah? I'll fix your foot for you. You tell me if it's tight enough. You can also do this with ankle huggers instead of with these straps. Most important thing is that the positioning here is well done and that this ankle joint is well strapped. You can additionally strap the forefoot as well, but not everybody likes it as much. Is this tight enough? Or is this better? No, this, okay. And there you go. Always make sure you tighten it enough without over tightening so you don't activate it automatically. We do the same for his other foot. So that's what we've done now. Yeah? That's the first thing. So what we'll do now, we've set everything up. We're going to walk through the test protocol. So Levi, I've unplugged every function from your wheelchair except for your forward pedal. Yeah? So we're going to drive forward. So I'll ask you to come to me and then stop. What we're going to do for the very first time, we put it always in a low profile because this is the first time that he's going to drive. See? That relaxed, but he gets a little bit bored already. So, Levi, you can push on my fingers. Exactly. And keep pushing, 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 and stop. So, Levi, can you push on my hand? Yeah, perfect. And stop. So lift your foot. Oh, lift it. Yeah. And push. Exactly. And stop. Exactly. That's what I want to see. So you felt it with my fingers, which is what we do a lot in the first stage. So people get a feeling for what they want to do. And you'll get a really quick reaction on whether or not they can really control it very well. I know with Levi that he does. So the next stage is, Levi, can you push and just drive towards me? Yeah. So push on your foot. Keep on pushing. 1, 2, 3, and you stop. Perfect. A little bit more, a little bit more, and stop. Perfect. Okay. So that was the acceleration and stopping. Usually you do this for 5 minutes until you're 100% sure your client has this under control and he or she feels comfortable themselves. Hey guys, so we've done the first step. We drove forward and Levi stopped. He did great, thank you. The next thing we're going to do is learn how to turn. Yeah? You see Levi has a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm going to ask him to come to me so we're better on camera. So he can practice the foot acceleration a little bit better. Of course, I don't have to be an idiot and make sure he's in the right profile. So Levi, you can drive to me. Don't worry, I can jump out of the way if it's necessary. Stop. Okay, perfect. So Levi is now well positioned. Levi, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn to the right. And that's the only function we'll try. So you always do everything step by step. So I turn off the wheelchair because I'm going to change the activated sensor. I'll pull out his right foot pedal and activate the right turn. So I plug out his foot. I activate the right head sensor. As you can see, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I'll ask Levi, and I'll say, Levi, what we're going to do now is push to the right. Wait a second, because I want to feel how he moves. So I'll put 3 of my fingers in between here, and I'll ask Levi to push against my hand. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, you don't have to push any harder than that. That's perfect. Can you push to the right, Levi? Okay, okay. And stop. And push again. And stop. So I know Levi is doing it in the right way, and he keeps on pushing. This is what you see happen a lot, because this action is quite fun. Yeah? Stop pushing, Levi. Thank you very much. Now, you can do this all on your own. And I'm going to ask you to keep turning until you can look at me. Okay, perfect. Now, we've got Elehast over there at the camera, so I'm going to ask you to turn and look straight into the camera. Perfect. And then, once again, towards me. Okay, magnificent. We'll turn again to the camera because we're going to explain the next step immediately. We've got a strange man waving over there. So, what we've seen now is that Levi actually controls it really, really well. Yeah? This is a very good case. So, in these cases, what I do, Levi, please stop, because I'm giving you a lot of praise, so make sure you are worthy of it, which you are. So in these kind of cases, what I always do is I immediately add the other side. Why? Because he's very relaxed and he controls everything very well. If you see this takes a little bit more time, we plug out the right sensor and repeat what we have just done only on the left side. Now, as Levi, as a real life case, has shown it that he doesn't need it, we're going to use this real life example and showcase how we would do it with Levi. So Levi, because you did it very well on the right side, what I'm going to do now is activate the left side immediately as well. You can also see this sometimes that a client who really understands what he's doing, or she is doing, tries to push to the left immediately. And that way you know, okay, they're ready to try on the other side as well. So I'll do that now. So we have now activated the left side, and I'll ask Levi, hey, can you push against my fingers again? So Levi, we're going to try to drive to the left. I want to feel how you push. So push to the left. Okay, and stop. And push. And stop. And now without my help. A little bit less hard. Okay, and I can feel that he does it perfectly, yeah? So you don't need these fingers from me. I use these fingers to feel how somebody is pushing, yeah? How hard they're pushing and what kind of range of motion they're using. Why is this important? With the lower force they use, the more relaxed they'll be. So we want to be able to give them some kind of feedback on how hard they push. Now Levi, you can turn until you stand right in front of me. Yeah, And then keep on turning to the left, then you can look at the camera again, or at Inegast. You can choose which one of the two you prefer.
Good morning.
Okay, and now the other side. Sorry, the other side. And then depending on how your client behaves, like with guys like Levi, who are pretty young, I make a bit of a game out of it and I say, yeah, but you can now go to the other side again. Yeah, and make some kind of a dynamic, fun way to train. And you see Levi has everything very well under control, he's completely relaxed. So Levi, you're doing absolutely fantastic. What we're going to do now is we'll put everything together. Yeah. You see he controls his left-right very well. You see he controls his foot really good. So what I'll do now, Levi, I'm not even going to turn it off because I'll trust you. Giving this trust really add a lot of self-confidence. Yeah? Keep in mind that when you are at the back trying to add the extra sensor, that a movement might happen. So you can also always turn off the entire system. Sometimes, usually you turn everything off, you change it. In this case, Levi, I'm going to trust you. Do not move. And I'll add his foot. So Levi, now your foot is also activated. So you can drive towards the camera if you please. So what he does first is turn to the left a little bit, then he'll push on his foot and drive towards everybody watching you. And in this stadium, what I always ask, I let the people explore a little bit. I say, do whatever you want. And then I ask them to do a certain task, like asking Levi to drive towards the camera. Keep on going, you've got this. And you can stop very well. And then I usually also ask them to drive towards somebody, whether it's the mom, the therapist, or the wheelchair advisor, or me. So Levi, you could please come to me. And then you get a really nice high five, because you've done fantastic. You're used to driving fast, right? A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more! Well done, Michiel. Thank you very much. So this is in the basics, actually how you do the complete test protocol. You get everything. So there's 3 key messages. 1, you take everything step by step. And you explain everything really clearly. 2, you allow the client to trial everything separately. Why do we do this? So they don't have to think about the whole complex coordination of making the different movements at the same time. And 3, you allow them time to explore. So this was Michiel and Levi with the CoMoveIT Test protocol. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, feel free to send an email to info@comoveit.com.